Kia ora, I'm Bernard Hickey and this is my podcast. I produce a daily email newsletter and podcast called the Kākā. It's all about Aotearoa's political economy around housing, climate and poverty. It's Christmas time, or almost Christmas time, and every year for the last 3 years I've offered a special deal in the couple of weeks before Christmas. I call it our Gravy Day fortnight. And this is because my favourite Christmas song is Making Gravy by Paul Kelly. Have a listen to get a sense of what it's about. It's about redemption, and it's about Christmas. And the thing I like to do is give a special introductory offer of 50% off for a full subscription for the first year for new subscribers. So normally the subscription cost is $19 a month or $190 a year, and this Gravy Day special is at 50% off. I also am keen to remind people that I have an all year round discounted offer, 2 of them actually, for people who are under the age of 30 and for people who are over the age of 65. One of the problems we have in our country is that people under 30 are mostly renters, often have student debt, are on lower incomes and less secure incomes, and have less money spare. And so I wanted to make sure those people have access to the full subscription of $30 a year or $3 a month. That compares with obviously $19 and $190. And then for people who are over the age of 65 and who are renting, so that's by definition people who are struggling, and certainly you don't have much in the way of assets, we have a special offer of $65 for the year for the rest of your life. And this is to recognise that we have a real problem with elderly poverty for those people who rent. And just a reminder too that if you're a student or a teacher or a lecturer or work for a university or a school and register with your .ac.nz email address or your .school.nz email address, we'll automatically upgrade you to the full subscription because we love teachers and students, and we know they also can't always afford the full subscription. It's the same for people who work in media. We can tell from your email address where you do, and advocacy groups, because a lot of advocacy groups do great work and often can't necessarily afford subscriptions. One thing I'm keen to experiment with in this Gravy Day fortnight is to do more interviews about solutions for the Kākā Project 2026 for 2050. And to do that, I'm going to spend a bit less time in these 2 weeks, in the experimental period, doing what I call my curation work of presenting the day's news from other news outlets and explaining what's going on in the world, and do a bit more original interviews, which I'll put out in full to everyone. And in this experimental period, I'm curious to see whether if I completely open up all the website to everyone immediately, whether it would be possible to increase our revenues. One of the reasons I'm keen to try this is for the first time since we launched and with a paywall in September 2021, so we're talking well into our 3rd year, for the first time our subscriptions and our revenues have fallen. There's a cost of living crisis, but also I spent a couple of weeks off this year and a midwinter break, and spent some time off to attend my mum's funeral, and that may have had an impact on subscriptions. But I'm curious. Typically, I am of a view that it's quite hard to sell subscriptions when you offer everything up for free. But others tell me that if you're doing public interest journalism, it can work. And I've noticed since I've started opening up some items for free after publishing to paying subscribers, after getting over 100 likes, that has actually increased subscriptions. So we'll see how that goes. And at the end of the period, Gravy Day, December the 21st, I'll give her an update on how it went. I'm Bernard Hickey. This is my podcast, and I'd love it if you subscribed. And have a look at the email and the post underneath this video to get the details on how to subscribe, either for free if you're a student or a teacher, and also if you're a beneficiary. Please do subscribe for free and we'll upgrade you. And we're also keen to offer the $30 a year subscription to people under 30 and the $65 a year subscription to people who are over 65 and renting. Ka kite anō.